Before we begin, I want you to take a moment and imagine something with me. Imagine waking up in the morning, stepping out of bed, and feeling your legs respond with strength instead of stiffness, your back supporting you without pain, your balance steady enough that you don't have to reach for a wall or chair. Imagine moving through your day with the confidence of someone who knows their body isn't slowing down, but actually getting stronger. Now I want to tell you something that may surprise you. That version of you is not a dream. It's not far away. No matter your age, no matter how weak you think you've become, your body can still rebuild strength, restore movement, and reduce pain. But only if you give it the right signals. And today, I'm going to show you the 3 simplest, safest, most powerful exercises you can do after 60 to stay strong and move pain-free. But before we get there, I need you to understand why your body may be feeling weaker. Because once you understand what's happening inside you, you'll realize how much control you actually still have. After 60, one of the biggest changes that happens quietly, without warning, is the loss of muscle fibers. Your legs, especially, lose muscle mass faster than any other part of the body, and when your leg muscles shrink, everything changes. Your balance becomes shaky because the stabilizing muscles around your hips weaken. Your knees hurt because the muscles that protect your joints stop supporting them. Walking becomes slower. Stairs become harder. Getting up from a chair starts to feel like a task, and what most people don't realize is this is not aging. This is muscle disuse. This is the result of not telling your body, every day, I still need this strength. But here's the beautiful truth. Your muscles do not care how old you are. They only care whether or not you're sending them the signal to grow. They obey movement. They respond to pressure. They rebuild when you challenge them, even gently. And that is why these 3 simple exercises I'm about to give you can change everything. They don't require equipment. They don't require a gym. They don't require perfect health. They only require commitment, consistency, and the belief that your body can still work for you. Let's begin with the first exercise, one that I call the foundation of strong aging, the sit to stand. This exercise may look simple, but it is secretly one of the strongest predictors of independence and long-term mobility. Every time you sit down and stand up, you use the largest muscles of your legs, your quadriceps, your glutes, and the deep stabilizers that keep your hips aligned. And if you practice this movement daily, slowly with control, you are telling your legs, you will not weaken. You will not collapse. You are still needed. Once you train this movement, something incredible happens. Your balance improves, your core activates naturally, and your knees begin to feel supported again. This simple action becomes the doorway to strength. The second exercise is even more important, especially for those who feel like their legs are getting thinner, their steps smaller, or their walking speed slower. Heel raises. When you lift your body upward on the balls of your feet, you activate the calf muscles, the hidden engines of movement that so many people ignore. Your calves are responsible for pushing you forward with every step. When they weaken, walking becomes tiring, climbing stairs becomes painful, and standing for long periods feels impossible. But when you strengthen them, even with tiny daily repetitions, your balance improves dramatically because your calves communicate directly with your ankle joints, telling them how to stabilize your body. This one movement alone reduces fall risk more than many medications or therapies. And you can do it anywhere, at your kitchen counter, at your table, even while waiting for your tea to boil. The third exercise is the one that protects your entire lower body from long-term pain: side leg lifts. This movement trains the muscles on the outside of your hips, your gluteus medius, which is one of the most important muscles for preventing lower back pain, knee pain, hip pain, and instability. When this muscle weakens, the body shifts pressure into the knees and lower back, causing discomfort. But when you strengthen it, you suddenly feel lighter, more stable, more upright. Your walking improves, your stairs become easier, and your posture becomes taller. This small movement carries a powerful message to your body. Support me, lift me, hold me. You may be thinking, can something so simple truly make that big a difference? And the answer is yes. The problem is not that people don't know exercises. The problem is that most people wait until weakness becomes severe. They wait until the pain becomes constant. They wait until simple movements become challenging. And by then, they feel discouraged. But what I want you to hear today is that it is never too late to begin. Not at 60, not at 70, not even at 90. Your muscles respond immediately. Even the first day you start these exercises, your brain begins rebuilding connections. Your joints begin receiving better support. Your balance starts to shift back in your favor. The change begins faster than you think. You have to remember that your body was designed to move, not decline. And when you reconnect with movement, even gently, your body wakes up. Your blood flow increases. Your joints receive nourishment. Your nerves fire more effectively. Your heart works efficiently. Your lungs expand deeper. And your confidence grows, because strength is more than physical. Strength is emotional. Strength is mental. Strength is spiritual. When you feel strong, you stand differently, speak differently, and live differently. People often ask me, how much should I do? And the answer is, start where you are. If you can only do 5 repetitions, do 5. If you feel tired after 1 round, rest and come back the next day. What matters is that you begin, because the biggest mistake you can make after 60 is believing that weakness is normal. Weakness is not normal. Weakness is a signal, a message from your body asking you to move, asking you to strengthen, asking you to reconnect. If you practice these 3 movements daily, your life begins to change. Standing becomes easier. Walking becomes smoother. Pain begins to fade. Balance becomes natural. And the fear of falling, the fear that steals the joy from so many people after 60, slowly disappears. Because when your legs are strong, your life becomes wide again. You can go places. You can do what you love. You can stay independent. You can stay free. And that is why I want you to treat this message not as information, but as a new beginning. A promise to your body. A promise that says, I will not allow myself to weaken. I will not surrender my movement. I will take responsibility for my strength. Because you deserve a life where you move without fear, where your legs feel alive, where your steps feel confident, and where your age does not define your ability. So today, make a choice. Do these 3 exercises. Commit to them. Give your body the signal it has been waiting for, and watch what happens next. Your strength will return. Your pain will decrease. Your confidence will rise. And every day you will wake up feeling a little more like yourself again. That is the power of movement. That is the power of consistency. That is the power still inside you. And now, the rest is in your hands. When you cross the age of 60, something remarkable happens inside your body. It doesn't matter how strong you once were, how active your lifestyle used to be, or how effortless movement felt in your younger years. With age, the body quietly begins to negotiate with gravity, and gravity, as we all know, is a stubborn opponent. Muscles that used to respond instantly take longer to wake up. Joints that once moved freely start reminding you of every step, every bend, every stretch. And one day, you suddenly realize that getting out of a chair isn't as smooth as it used to be. Climbing stairs takes more effort, and even simple daily tasks require a pause. This doesn't happen overnight. It happens gradually, silently, and consistently. And the truth is, the weakness you feel didn't start today. It has been building slowly over the years. 1 skipped workout, 1 extra hour sitting, 1 day telling yourself you'll move. Tomorrow. But there is good news, and I want you to hear it clearly. While age will naturally slow the body, weakness is not an unchangeable destiny. Decline is not a rule. It is simply what happens when muscles stop receiving the signals they need to stay alive, functional, and strong. The human body is adaptable at every age. Even at 60, 70, 80, or beyond, your muscles have the ability to grow, to strengthen, to support you, and to free you from pain. The only thing they need is a reason, and that reason can be as simple as 3 exercises that wake them up, remind them of their job, and rebuild the strength you believed was lost forever. Today, I want to speak to you as a doctor who has watched thousands of people after 60 take back control of their bodies, not through complicated routines, not through hours in a gym, not through expensive equipment, but through consistent, gentle, simple movements that restore communication between the brain and the muscles. When you understand why these exercises matter, you stop seeing them as tasks and start seeing them as life-extending habits. Movements that protect your independence. Movements that protect your confidence. Movements that allow you to walk without fear, move without hesitation, and live without pain that steals joy from your days. One of the biggest problems after 60 is that the legs begin to weaken faster than any other part of the body. The legs are your foundation. They carry your weight, support your posture, stabilize your joints, and act as shock absorbers for every step you take. When your legs weaken, your entire body feels it. Standing becomes harder, walking becomes slower, balance becomes uncertain, and when balance becomes uncertain, fear begins to grow. People start moving less, holding onto walls, avoiding stairs, skipping walks, and reducing activities they once loved. And whenever movement decreases, weakness increases. It becomes a cycle, an invisible trap that tightens over time. But imagine breaking that cycle. Imagine waking up each day with legs that feel steady, strong, and responsive. Imagine stepping out of your house without thinking twice about balance. Imagine walking with confidence, climbing stairs without effort, and bending or reaching without that familiar ache. It's possible. And what makes this even more powerful is that the exercises required to rebuild this strength are natural, safe, gentle, and incredibly effective. Movement is medicine. The body doesn't depend on age, it depends on repetition. Muscles don't retire. They only shrink when they are ignored. And the moment they receive consistent stimulation, they wake up again. The brain reactivates pathways, the joints receive more nourishment, the blood flow increases, and the legs begin to feel alive. These 3 exercises I'll be guiding you through aren't magic tricks. They're foundational patterns that your body understands deeply. They mimic natural movements your muscles were designed for and restore functions you thought were lost. The first thing to understand is that strength after 60 isn't about lifting heavy weights or pushing your body to extremes. It's about reconnecting with the movements that maintain stability, improve circulation, and reduce stress on the joints. When you engage the right muscles daily, you're not just building strength. You're reducing pain because the stronger a muscle is, the less pressure your joints must handle. Weak muscles force the joints to carry loads they were never meant to bear. Strong muscles redistribute that load. Suddenly, your knees hurt less, your hips move more freely, your back feels less stiff, and even your ankles gain mobility. The entire lower body becomes a team again instead of isolated points of pain. The second thing to understand is that balance is not about luck. Balance is a skill, and like any skill, it improves through practice. If you feel like your balance has gotten worse over the years, it is not because your body is failing you. It is because your stabilizing muscles simply need retraining. And stabilizing muscles respond incredibly quickly. Even 15 seconds of activation can make a difference. When you start practicing these movements daily, your body begins to relearn how to coordinate. The communication between your nerves and muscles sharpens. You walk more confidently, turn more safely, step more securely. You reduce your risk of falls, which is one of the biggest dangers after 60. A fall can change someone's life instantly. But consistent strengthening and balance training can prevent the vast majority of falls before they ever happen. The third thing to understand is that mobility is just as important as strength. Mobility ensures your muscles stay elastic, your joints stay lubricated, and your steps stay smooth. Without mobility, strength becomes rigid and painful. Without strength, mobility becomes unstable. These exercises combine both, giving your body a balanced approach that mirrors what it was naturally designed to do. Now, as a doctor, I want you to imagine this clearly. Your body has 2 futures. One future is the path of deterioration. Moving less, weakening more, shrinking muscles, stiff joints, increasing pain, and losing independence little by little. The other future is the path of strength. Waking up with energy, walking confidently, moving freely, staying active, and maintaining the independence you deserve. Both futures are shaped by habits, and habits are shaped by decisions. These 3 exercises are part of the decision that brings you toward the future where you remain strong, steady, and pain-free. When you perform the first exercise, you will feel your major leg muscles engage. It will remind your thighs, hips, and glutes of their role in maintaining your body's stability. This movement improves your ability to stand, sit, climb, and bend. Over time, the effort becomes easier, the muscles respond faster, and you begin noticing simple tasks becoming smoother. Even getting in and out of a car feels different. You start to recognize that your muscles are still capable. They just needed a reason to wake up. The second exercise is about balance and controlled movement. It trains your stabilizers, the tiny but powerful muscles around your ankles, knees, and hips. Most people don't realize that weakness in these small stabilizers is what causes wobbling, hesitating, or catching yourself when walking. By training them daily, your body gains a sense of security. Each step becomes intentional, steady, and powerful. You feel grounded, like your legs can support you even on uneven surfaces. And when this kind of stability returns, so does confidence. You stop fearing movement. You start enjoying it again. The third exercise focuses on mobility and fluid movement. It loosens stiffness, increases blood flow, and keeps your joints nourished. When you practice this daily, you relieve that morning stiffness that makes it difficult to take the first few steps after waking up. You improve circulation to your hips, knees, and lower back. The more mobility you gain, the more freely you move, and the less pain you feel. Pain thrives where there is stiffness, but movement sends pain away. This third exercise acts like natural lubrication for your body, keeping you flexible, comfortable, and relaxed. The beauty of these exercises is not just in how effective they are, but in how accessible they are. You don't need equipment. You don't need a gym. You don't need to be athletic. You only need consistency. Consistency transforms the body far more powerfully than intensity ever will. A few minutes each day can create a stronger foundation than hours of exercise done occasionally. Your body responds to what you do most, not what you do sometimes. When you commit to these movements every day, your muscles start to anticipate them. They adapt. They strengthen. They grow more efficient. And soon, your entire lower body becomes a stable engine again, allowing you to move without fear and live without pain dictating your choices. Think about what strength really means after 60. Strength means independence. Strength means being able to walk into a room confidently. Strength means having the ability to carry your groceries, climb steps, get out of a chair, or enjoy an outdoor walk without needing support. Strength means freedom. These simple exercises are not just about physical movement. They're about preserving the life you want to live. They're about protecting the dignity that comes from being able to take care of yourself. They're about reclaiming the confidence that aging tries to steal. As you continue to practice these exercises daily, you'll notice a shift in the way you move, in the way you feel, and even in the way you think. Movement has a powerful effect on the brain. When your body feels capable, your mind becomes more positive, more focused, more alive. Activity stimulates hormones that reduce pain, improve mood, and increase motivation. Your posture improves. Your breathing becomes deeper. Your energy increases. Every system of your body benefits when your legs are strong, because your legs are the pillars that support everything else. This journey is not about perfection. It's not about pushing yourself too hard. It's not about comparison. It's about commitment to yourself. Commitment to the body that has carried you through decades of memories, challenges, victories, and life experiences. Your body deserves care. Your muscles deserve activation. Your joints deserve movement. All of that begins with small, intentional actions repeated daily. Even if you start slowly, even if you can only do a little at first, each repetition counts. Each moment of movement sends a message to your body. I'm still here. I'm still capable. I'm still moving forward. And your body listens. It responds with strength. It responds with resilience. It responds with healing. This is the power of choosing to move after 60. This is the power of choosing strength instead of decline. This is the power of choosing exercises that preserve your independence, protect your mobility, and keep pain from defining your life. Because at the end of the day, your body is not done. It is waiting for you to give it the signal to rebuild, waiting for you to give it the chance to thrive, waiting for you to choose movement over stagnation. And when you do, you will discover something incredible. That age may change the body, but daily movement transforms it.